Zhendong. Red. Chuqin receive. Which side? Zhendong to serve.
So, Zhendong is the model of consistency. A career win rate of 86%, as we'll see shortly. He's also got the same rate against right-handers and left-handers. So no clear advantage or disadvantage playing lefties. Here he is, #1 in the world, 10 years a pro, 86% win rate.
And with all that consistency, interestingly enough, in recent history, he's consistently been underperforming. Beaten last week in Goa in the opening round by Cho Dae-sung, but here not a chance, was quite determined against Anton Kjellberg of Sweden, 3-0. Tiago Apollonia, 3-0. Lim Jong-hoon, 3-0. Truls Morgaard, 4-2. Could have come down to the 7th. People are still talking about that.
Was that one of the matches of this event for you?
Absolutely, without a doubt. Maybe.
I'd probably go along with that as well. Very, very entertaining. This man, 22 years of age, #3 in the world, 79% win rate. And yeah, 4 event wins to his name. Now, he has won the most recent matchup between these two, one that you were at in Macau last year.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to being back there fairly soon. He's won both of the last 2 events he played. He got through Wang 3-0, Eugene Wang, scary first game, but 3-0. Isaac Kwek, Singaporean star, 3-0, and the Dark Knight Lin Gaoyuan, 4-1. But that's still quite a victory over a player who's been relatively successful against Chinese opponents in Lin Gaoyuan.
These are the specs then for the table, floor, and ball. There are $2 million at stake in total prize money, that should be. And already these two are at the semi-final stage, so 700 points. But they can get more. Remember, Zhendong is about 2,000 or so points ahead of Marlon, who's #2 in the world. And actually, Wang Chuqin's not far behind Marlon, if I'm not mistaken. We'll have a look at the seeds later.
Yeah, last I checked, maybe even
First
over
game.
3,000.
Five
Zhendong
versus-
is way up there.
Love all.
But you never know. Points will expire. At this point, he's done a decent job to secure some serious points here.
One
How
love.
much of yesterday's match do you think will take out of Zhendong? As we see, the Chuqin spent over 9 hours now.
Love 2.
And I guess this will be in tandem with the question I'm asking you here. Just 10 minutes more than his opponent, but that was a truly exhausting match, a draining match last night, wasn't it?
Truly, I see what you did there.
Love 3.
It took a lot out of him, it seemed.
There was no question about it. The chop blocks that Zhendong had to deal with on
Yeah.
a regular basis, I mean, completely exhausting, and mentally, also, the more mentally tough a match is, the more physically draining it is, because you tense up, too.
Crowd really enjoying that. Why not?
This is what they came for. This is a taste of what the action is that lies ahead. In a best of 7 match, you've got firepower, ripping shots. Look at him cover the middle there. It's Wang Chuqin slightly closer, driving, and finally pinning the middle on that crossover to secure the point.
I'm going with more than 20 shots. Let's see.
Oh, man!
19.
Oh, man!
No flash, please.
Shazad, I'm really sorry.
I'm so disappointed.
To the Hawk family, our thoughts are
What a
with you.
letdown.
Yeah, that's rough.
3.
What was great, though, was listening to the groans already, the gasps.
Wait till we play in China. When it's in China, when someone starts lobbing, every time a ball is smashed, you can hear them go, ah!
Well, that's worth a gasp or two. Look at that from Zhendong.
Yeah, he's explosive. The most explosive player in the game, which is a very sort of, I'd say, specific and nuanced distinction between him and Wang Chuqin. Zhendong has so much power, but he uses more spin. Wang Chuqin has a lower trajectory shot and full-arm stroke. But if they were to wrestle, they'd be in different classes.
So
2, 5.
the question here is, Wang Chuqin obviously has his particular style. Would he have paid any attention? I sure he would have watched it, the match against Morgard, and thought, hey, maybe I've just got to do more of that, more unorthodox stuff. Make my opponent, Fan Zhendong, really think twice. Because you made the point earlier today, when Wang was playing Xin Yingxia, there's a lot of familiarity. They know each other's game so well.
Well, that is true. I think it would be like trying on someone else's shoes if they don't fit. I mean, Truls' game and Wang Chuqin's game are night and day,
right? Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, I don't think it's going to affect his match out here too much.
Would he try to think, okay, slow it down a bit more instead of playing my game, like varying up in little bits of ways, which he probably would do anyway.
As he calls for a little bit of clearer vision out here. I don't think he's going to stay off the aggressive game wherever he can.
Ooh,
okay. Well, that's a glare, isn't it?
It feels like it, man.
Wow, he's still not.
Our thoughts go out to the fan who accidentally had the flash. What if it was someone who followed him around the world, shining a flash directly in his eyes, and that's what the look is for?
He did not take his eyes off that person for quite some time. But he's battled back well here, Wang Chuqin.
He's down by 1.
4-6.
Yeah, in terms of touch play, I think in general he's going to use it the same way he always would. He's going to do whatever he can to get in early, make Fan Zhendong uncomfortable. Yeah, very expressive here. Someone did say that he has an invisible coach. There are no coaches on the benches right now. Coach is more of a listening coach.
5-6.
Wang Chuqin, after trailing by 3 right at the start, is up by 1. He's really looking good here.
Yeah, really pouncing on that opportunity, following the soft shot, adding side and topspin to stretch it wide to the forehand corner.
Oh, right off the
7-5.
edge. Not much you can do about that. In fact, nothing you can do. Have a look.
One thing you can do is have a look. Watch it from many different angles. From that angle, it wasn't so clear.
That was also a bit of a look from Wang Chuqin and Fan Zhendong.
As if to say, I don't know, man. Should we discuss this?
Beautifully done down the line.
This shot is such an unusual shot. Interestingly enough, Truls Morgard has a similar shot, but when topspin comes in, really extending out there, way out in front to play the backhand and still just on top of that topspin.
Oh, look at that lean back from Wang Chuqin.
Beautiful opening to the short side, and then Fan Zhendong right there. He doesn't leave too early. If Fan Zhendong commits, he's going to be in trouble. But he waits patiently and then responds. He reacts. That's what speed helps you do.
Well under, I think it was. And well over. Wang Chuqin. There's a little fight back now from him.
That was the Wang Chuqin fan club in the crowd. I'd be curious to hear who has more people here, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is actually the world number 3.
Oh.
10-6.
I guess we'll be able to kind of gauge it off the points they win. Seems pretty even at the moment. 4 game points here, Fan Zhendong. And world number 1 takes the first game. After a bright start, there was some good work from Wang Chuqin, and then Fan Zhendong surging ahead towards the end. He wins it 11-6. just looking at the serves here. Fan Zhendong, what he's distributed to Wang Chuqin, and it's, what do you feel?
Well, he's definitely working on the backhand a bit. I mean, you can see him a much shorter serves than usual. This is a guy on the receiving end, Wang Chuqin, who's comfortable at the baseline of the table, so that's much shorter than usual.
Talk about the aggression on that one. Right from the off. Did well to get it back, actually, Wang Chuqin. This is a man on a mission. I just wonder how much of this is also reaction from last night.
That's a very good question. In terms of when someone makes it a little bit questionable if you will survive, if you will advance to the next round, you want to make sure that you leave no question the next time around. 7 of the last 8 for the world number 1.
I think those questions have been answered emphatically. What a backhand that was.
If you're watching this anywhere in the world and your fingers aren't locked behind your head with your elbows spread right now, I don't know who you are, but that shot right there just completely stunned everybody.
I mean, there's no answer right now for Wang Chuqin. He's been blown away just with the sheer incredible shot making from this man, Fan Zhendong.
We have to remember a few things. One, with the 7 games, best of 7, there's a big chance for a plot twist. Now, it depends. But we did see Fan Zhendong roll through Truls in the first game, only to lose the next 2.
True.
1-4.
But going back to the point we made just a little earlier, Sun Ying-sha was given a very tough match herself by Zhu Chunwei and came up today all guns blazing against Wang Manyu and won that actually very comfortably, perhaps a bit surprisingly so.
Like hitting rock bottom, sometimes you become more thankful when you realize what you have could be taken away.
4-2.
Wang Chuqin, not going to make things easy.
First towel break here. The wrist here, Fan Zhendong, but it's the opening attack that really counts here. Wang Chuqin putting on a lot of pressure, taking the initiative, I'd say, with all chips in.
He's really going for his shots, isn't he? Fun.
Right, and Wang Chuqin recognizes this and races into the backhand corner, says, I know you want to step around this, so I'm going to make it really wide and really fast.
Awkward.
Yeah, that's the awkward that he was talking about. Maybe.
Got into position with the banana flick. Delivers it down the line. 4 each. They both had good runs here. 4 points apiece.
Again, the tails turn quickly here.
After such a good start.
It's easy for the imagination to run away and be like, Fan Zhendong's back.
5-4.
And in fact, has made it 5 on the trot.
It's amazing to me how ready for everything these two look. Wang Chuqin was hopping with every single move of that ball. When it clipped the net, you could see him just adjusting himself, but staying ready for that forehand in perfect form. Bit of a pep talk there for himself.
5-4.
He adjusted well, didn't he, Fan?
Yeah, that was an impressive receive. He was in a tough place. He changed his mind and still made an excellent shot to keep the pressure on his opponent.
Back to what we saw a little earlier on from Fan.
Beautiful backhand there. Look at it one more time. Comes in quick, way out in front. When you're behind the table, it's not easy to do that, but it gives you a little bit more advantage. The ball comes back doubly quick in the sense that it's traveling to you less, and it's traveling back at your opponent even closer.
Across the table on that backhand.
Zhendong has been pinned as the man with the best backhand in the world. Many would say at this point in time, I mean, world number one. I mean, he's way out in front. He could be called the best player in this moment. But backhands like this, there's no question. It's just so impressive. It comes in, and again, that way reaching out, and he still has the wrist left to snap.
Yeah. Snap just at the end there.
6-7.
Just cleaning the racket there again, that rubber. If you're newer to table tennis and you've never played with professional equipment, it's tough to comprehend, but it's a completely different world. Players change their rubber sometimes even every day during events, during competitions that they have.
Seven all.
So Wang Chuqin on a little run there of 3 points. Sorry, Zhendong did. Chuqin to now see if he can push ahead, maybe make it 1-1.
8-7.
What was he pointing to there, you think?
It's a good question. I need to see it again. I was in my head about some stuff. There's just so much to think about watching these two play.
Here you go.
Perfect. Thank you. Comes over for the Chiquita. I think it's just a reminder of how to move and where to get in, shots to play when the ball is played there. He's saying, when it goes there, I know what I need to do.
8-all.
You'll often see players reviewing points in
themselves,
their head.
right?
Yeah. Just sort of making sure that they can learn whatever they can from the past, win or lose. That's why sometimes you'll see Ma Long win a point and shake his head.
Yeah, that's quite a bit, actually.
Right. That's his way of saying, you know better. Yes, you got the point, but the result wasn't important. You could have done better.
That's the perfection that these guys work, the margins that they work with.
Correct.
Yeah, this one is much closer than the previous game. Zhendong just ahead.
This is one of those shots. There are tournament level players that will say, I just can't do that. Meaning the wrist.
Yeah.
9-all.
Matching him at the moment, Wang Chuqin.
Whoa.
Oh, are we getting rival groups here?
No, actually, Minnie Mouse showed up. I don't know if the Disney on Ice just skated right over.
That's until tomorrow, so we're going to have maybe some crossover fans.
And so is this event. And so is the rivalry in the crowd. It actually is a real rivalry.
9-10.
That is about as good a backhand as you'll have seen from Wang Chuqin. He's got game points.
Inside the table as fast as can be. The type of shot that makes you ask your mom, Mom, can I hit a backhand like that after this? Yes, sweetheart, but not until the event is over. It sets up game point for Dato, big head, Wang Chuqin.
Just to add to that drama, we're at juice now. By the way, Dato in this part of the world is an honorific term as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, like, that's what you call royalty here?
It's like you confer that upon people. It's almost like a sir or a lord.
Thank you, Dato.
10-11.
It is Wang Chuqin who goes in front.
So you can see them sitting peacefully. This is how rivals sit next to each other. Wang Chuqin with the red. And interesting, Zhendong
Not wanting to be identified.
they shy. They're just showing their allegiance. Game point Wang Chuqin.
11-all.
Heavy push here though. Fast, low, and loaded with spin. Zhendong inside the table. The quality on that push and the placement really forced Wang Chuqin to try and step around. the strength he needed behind the shot to lift.
Put a lot of topspin on that, I guess. Van Zhendong from under.
Sure did. It was an investment in the spin. When you're under the table, this is why spin is so important. This is why they use these expensive rackets, so that they can grip and twist the ball to make it really dip and then jump out. I heard you talking earlier with Donna about the short pips and how the ball doesn't bounce. It doesn't jump when there's no spin, but when there's a lot of spin, you can see how much it jumps.
Game point now for Van Zhendong. And he takes it by the skin of his teeth. Van Zhendong survived the couple himself. He's now 2 up here. It's much closer now, 13-11.
Not only comfortable to turn, but he's also quite confident to take his backhand.
Interesting, because the game 1, a lot of stuff was going down the backhand side of it, wasn't it?
Catch me if you can.
On the Wang Chuqin side. Interesting. Burying it up. 2 up here, Van Zhendong.
That might have been pretty telling. I mean, he was down 0-4. Wang Chuqin got 4 in a row, was back and forth, had 2 game points at the end and couldn't convert. Van Zhendong really, I mean, scar power, to put that behind you is not going to be easy.
1 love.
That said, to become this strong in table tennis, no one said it was going to be easy. They've already made it over some of the greatest hurdles of any athletes in a 1.4 billion strong nation.
That was quite the groan at the end of the shake of the head from Wang Chuqin.
That's some of the personality I was talking about with you in private earlier, but Wang Chuqin has such a big fan club, partially, not just because of his undying effort, but he has sort of a carefree way about him as well, you know? He lets people know what he's thinking from time to time.
He has that sort of, I won't say it's quite trademark, but he has that lifted fist and he kind of shows it to everyone.
Hey, cowboy hat salute at the end of his last match.
Oh yeah, that's right. 7 of the last 8. Van Zhendong. Remember how well he started that previous game, Van? 4 in a row. Wang Chuqin came back and back.
Love 3. Wang 3-1.
How much harder can you hit a ball with topspin on it? That was a page out of the Wang Chuqin handbook. The power in Van Zhendong.
On the serve there. To Wang Chuqin's backhand. Similar position to the last game.
One 5.
4-point lead. That's the Van flank up, then the Wang one. Six of the last 7. Goes back even into the last game as well. He's really on a roll here, Van Zhendong.
Wang Chuqin is looking for answers, but while he has a little more time than usual, at this point he doesn't have that much time.
6-2.
I'm thinking of the greatest comebacks I've ever seen. I heard Van Zhendong was up 2-0 against Chuqin-Singapore.
Yes, in
Goa?
Goa, when he lost in the first round, correct.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
That's a best of 5. He was 1 game away.
Yeah.
That seems incredibly unusual.
Right.
To go up 3-0 here, which he's about a little more than halfway to doing.
Playing like this.
How can you not shake your head watching this? The fact that he can make such a big shot, have a shot hit at him with this much power, and immediately not only move to get there, but know exactly where he needs to redirect it to.
Yeah, you were saying he's looking for some answers here, Wang Chuqin. There's again another fan being a bit over enthusiastic. I mean, for these fans, this is an absolute treat to have two of the best players in the world right here facing off.
Right. And if you're in the front row, you have a chance to catch a ball. Pretty big opportunity, I would say.
And hide it. Or keep it if you can.
Forever.
Left.
Service one.
Not vertical.
So, the definition, in case you're curious, the ball should be tossed nearly vertically. If it's more direction, the umpire will warn a player.
Protractors out. Well, that is a beautiful response on the backhand there from Wang Chuqin.
And the serve was as clean as could be. Toss perfect. Really lunging forward, taking it to the deep corner quickly.
Left.
I'd like to know the statistics of Zhendong versus left-handers. I say that because most left-handers have a big advantage playing forehands to a backhand, but Zhendong's backhand is, well, very well equipped.
As in his win rate, it's 86%. I told him. I said it was
left-handed
consistent.
players.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, that was the consistent part.
Yeah. 86 against righties, 86 against lefties.
I was thinking about fried chicken in Singapore in that moment, but out here, the amount of power and consistency that he has, not just statistically, but from behind the table in backhands, makes it a really tough day on the job for Wang Chuqin.
In real numbers, he's won 104 matches out of 121 against left-handers.
And that's real.
Left. 8-4.
But not right now, maybe. Zhendong saying, let's rethink that one. Serve again.
By the way, he's on half the titles that Marlon has, Zhendong, at the moment. What do you think? Do you think he can overtake that? 46 titles? He's 26 now, right? Fun?
Yeah, he's been taking titles for 10 years.
Another 10?
Seems unlikely.
Yeah.
4-10.
6 game points for Fun.
Just to put things into perspective, Zhendong is outstanding, but he has a few challengers in Liang Jingqun. I mean, even in Lin Gaoyuan and in Wang Chuqin right now, though.
5-10.
He's in an outstanding position. I was going to say, though, that Ma Long, from 2015 through 2017, almost everything he played, he won. He lost one match internationally until about midway through 2017. And that was to Shang Qin of China in 2016.
10-6.
Late flourish here from Wang Chuqin.
It wasn't even on a TV table. It wasn't even on a streaming table. Because no one really anticipated it.
But after that, I'm sure it was being shown. Oh, so they wouldn't have had any cameras at all.
I pulled out a cell phone because you wouldn't have believed it. There needed to be proof that it happened. But you're watching this live with as many cameras as you can imagine on it. 4 game points left.
11-6.
He has taken this one in some style, Zhendong. And he's gone 3 up here. Having won game 3, 11-6. This is superb.
We are brothers in that department.
Yes.
4th game, 1 to serve.
Now,
Love
real
all.
pressure here on Wang Chuqin. Needs to come up with something here. Got to win this game, stay in the match.
1 love.
It's interesting that some of the matches we are down pat, oh, this is going to be a close one, have not gone that way, and the others, which we thought were going to be very one-sided, haven't been.
And why I say right now that he is not about to hit a backflip roller around the net.
Love pull.
A little bit of reverse psychology. Still, I got the fingers crossed here, but either way, good aggression. Nice initiation here. Inside the table, very risky, unpredictable. We saw it in doubles as well. Wang Chuqin, inside the table is dangerous. You don't want him there.
Well, it's the best start that Wang Chuqin has had so far in this match.
Yeah, I'm fired up, vocalizing a bit. Lionheart for a reason. One, he gives undying effort. Two, his passion. Like a lion, he will roar when it is needed.
Four unanswered points, Wang Chuqin.
You know, something that we saw with Truls that was working quite well, and a few players here investing slightly less in their opening shot for sake of keeping their balance. And then you see the opposite as well, like with Zhang Ruwei. With some players, as you can see the points on screen there, Wang Chuqin, 75% of the last 8. Some players do the opposite and try to finish the point quickly because they're not good in the rally.
Right.
And that's not to say that they're not good, but relative to their opponent, they're not winning points as the rally extends. And that's a very important thing to be mindful of. Not just what you're good at, but what's actually winning you points against this specific opponent.
So, just so I have you clear, you're saying Wang Chuqin does not want to engage in too long a rally with Zhendong. Is that correct? Is that what I'm hearing from you?
I don't think that's what I meant to imply.
Okay.
More so, I think he's actually not trying to kill it immediately.
Right.
But he's taking a little bit off for sake of maintaining balance and investing in just sort of being in good position because he's been burned too many times ripping the ball and not recovering.
Pretty well ripped.
Yeah, this is the exact opposite of what I just said. Wang Chuqin reminding me and everybody that when there's an opportunity, he will take it.
Oh, the timing.
Yep.
Love it. Oh, there's the expression now from him.
He seems to have a good balance. There's just a way about him right now on the court. It is very nice.
Who are you trying to be then?
What? I don't know. Wang Chuqin fan club in the crowd. It's just looking good right now. A long, long way to go, but could be starting something.
6-3.
Well, a lot of fun, can have anything to do with it.
Yeah, that was perfectly played. Zhendong recognizing a pattern, and you could feel that it was a ticking time bomb. He was waiting for his moment and then saw a little bit of an opening and just accelerated. He's capable of sneaking those past.
So 4-point lead for Wang Chuqin. Also the number of points he needs here to pull one back.
Very confident counter-attack there with the top spin that comes in. Had a good sense of where it was going to be placed. Felt comfortable to stay closed.
Oh, this is so much better for Wang Chuqin.
So the reverse pendulum serve there used to be the signature that we would see all the time from Zhendong. Left-handed player doing well to work with the spin, though.
You
can just see his trailing left arm there from Fan.
Signature. I was going to say signature serve that we saw from Zhang Jike for years, and Zhendong also executing it quite well, but Wang Chuqin has seen it before, knows what to do. He's done well against it a few times now.
Let's
chance to wrap it up in 4. There's a fair bit to do here. Only once have these two ever had a bagel match. 3-0, Fan Zhendong winning in 2019.
5-9.
Play shots like that, who knows? A reminder again that Wang Chuqin beat Fan Zhendong the last time that these two played, which was about 6 months ago. That was 4-3 that day. 5 game points here.
That point just saved him a timeout. If that had been Fan Zhendong's point, there would have been a timeout.
10-6.
Fan Zhendong's reaction to that was interesting. Xiao Zhan watching from the crowd. He's been working with the women quite a lot. Used to work with Zhang Jike as his personal coach throughout his career.
It's almost like he's talking to someone. He's nodding and saying, yeah, I agree, yeah.
He's talking to someone. He's talking to Xiao Zhan.
10-7.
What do you think? Nah, he's on game point, right? He's not. Is he going to do it, you think?
That's a great time to do it.
Think one more?
Oh, I'm sorry. He's on game point. I'm being silly.
Yeah, Wang Chuqin. What do you reckon?
I think he's going to be bold and brave. I think he's going to try to go through it and see. Will it be wise? Only time will tell.
That is a shot and a half. Fan Zhendong.
I thought this ball, the touch ball that Fan Zhendong scraped off, bounced twice almost. He scraped it off the back of the table. Racket high in perfect position. So now with the towel break, the problem is his opponent has 2 serves.
Yeah.
Still 2 game points left for Wang Chuqin to extend this match.
Fantastic stuff from Fan Zhendong.
I mean, the quality of points again, and here it is. It's a timeout. It's if not now, then when? There might not be any time.
Too tight now, isn't it?
Die with 0. You can't take your timeout with you. There is no rollover. Can you imagine? He's like, I didn't take a timeout last match. I get 2 timeouts this one. Doesn't work that way. Everything he tries in this point, Wang Chuqin, it comes back with interest. Fan Zhendong so well prepared. Wow.
So 4 in a row here
9-10.
from Fan Zhendong, and he's just 1 behind Wang Chuqin. Such a comfortable position, the left-hander. One more serve here, one for Fan.
11-9.
Well,
4th game to 1.
that little break in momentum has worked.
You have to wonder what it's like inside that big head of big head. Really, to take.
Came through just about.
1 love.
Fan Zhendong, he's not taking, he doesn't want to let this go any further. Wants to wrap it up now.
In terms of explosivity out here, springing. He's soft when he needs to be, loosens the grip, chill to keep it tight, and then explodes when the opportunity arises.
I've never heard the word explosivity. I like it.
Thanks. Yeah. Kids don't read too much. You'll have real words. You don't want that. Stay creative.
this is the kind of start that Zhendong has had in a couple of games. And there you go. The momentum, the 1 point that was won by Wang Chuqin was the game point.
3-1.
This update, by the way, this news just in, explosivity actually in the dictionary. It's a noun. Good times, good times.
Wow,
Zhendong.
looks like we've got a defensive player alert.
Oh, no, I like to lob a lot. I get away from the table. Thank you for recognizing that.
4-1.
I like that. Did you see what he just
his
did?
face there.
He was saying, do you mind? I've got sweat dripping in my eyes. Do you mind if I towel quickly?
But I like, he was already reaching for the towel when he was asking that question.
That makes a strong case for it. Makes you really not want to say no.
No. Found his way winning the medium rallies at the moment.
So far this game, that seems to be the majority of them. Right out of the towel break, just down by 2 now. Wang Chuqin. When's the last time you heard Zhendong that loud?
Yeah. Yeah, he's just increased that, hasn't he?
You know, I recently watched his interview on WTT's YouTube channel, and he was so humble telling his story of how he got into table tennis, and he started seeing some results and decided he might want to pursue it. I mean, it's just so fascinating for the world #1 to talk about.
That is a rally of the highest order.
For just 1 moment, Zhendong leaves it slightly softer on the table. Everything is whizzing back and forth, but watch this. Just a little softer, and Wang Chuqin way out in front, leaps into it, gets a full step back into the table. Yes, please, more, and thank you for those replays.
Yeah.
Beautiful shot.
And then an equally loud response here from Wang Chuqin.
It's funny, I heard you say earlier, of course, they're friends off the table about 2 players. I think 2 of the women players, and I thought, well, you never know. There's a lot of competition. And over the years, there have been some interesting relationships. Not everything has been as smooth and fairy tale-esque as you might hope.
4-6.
That always fascinates me because we're only seeing one side of it. But who knows what goes on behind those closed doors? You sometimes get behind those closed doors.
I sleep, door closed every night. Not all of them, like the bathroom door sometimes I keep open.
The equation remains the same for Wang Chuqin. He still has to win this one. He has to win the next 2.
Yeah, that will be the tale. The mantra for the rest of this match, it'll be 1 point at a time. But he has no more games left to give in this best-of-7 men's singles semifinal.
7-5.
Every point's been greeted like this now.
Yes, it has, and that touch play, the gamble, paid off. Took a chance and said, I'm going to see if Wang Chuqin can step in and play that. Quinn there, sitting next to, sort of hiding in the crowd, blending in a bit.
8-5.
Stand and deliver that. Zhendong.
Right back to where it came from. Clever pattern behind the momentum. This is awareness. This is peripheral vision. To watch a ball and think about so many things that are happening to the ball and also process what your opponent is doing and where he's moving, that is some really high processing speed on this computer.
Let's. 8-5.
point cushion now. He's also 3 away from moving to the final. He's almost there. Fun. Match points for Zhendong.
The fast feet, the push game. He's gotten here last point without an attack. Wise play, 1 point away from waiting for the winner of Ma Long and Ugo Calderano.
What a way to win it! Zhendong repeats his heroics here. When he last played Wang Chuqin in Singapore at the WTT Cup Finals, won that one 4-2. Today he's won it 4-1, 11-6, 13-11, 11-6, 9-11, 11-5 with some absolutely brilliant shot making.
Yeah, that last one really